What's going on, everybody, and welcome back to J.Craft's Garage. I'm back at it again. I've got another mower that we're refurbishing, rebuilding, whatever you want to call it, and we're going through it. This time it's the $25 Craftsman mower. Yes, I said a Craftsman mower. If you remember my previous videos, I had a bigger Craftsman mower before. This time it's a little smaller Craftsman mower, much like the yard machine from the previous video. And if my voice doesn't sound too great, it's because, well, I had sinus infection and a whole bunch of other junk in my throat. So let's get into it and see how bad this $25 Craftsman riding mower really is. So here is the $25 Craftsman mower that I picked up. That's right, I only paid $25 for it. It did come with a deck also, so you can see the deck is right there with it. I already started taking it apart and getting this one working. This one here was under a tree with a whole bunch of sticks and twigs and junk all over it. So I took the pressure washer to it and started cleaning it up and everything. Start making it look nice. And one thing that I had to do to get this thing to work, I had to replace the starter on it. Yeah, the starter gave up on it, and I think that's why and then plus a whole bunch of other issues. I mean, it needs, I had flat tires and a whole bunch of other stuff, excuse me, wrong with it and things of that nature. So we're gonna fix this one all up. I've got new belts. This one here, this video is probably gonna be the only video for this mower because I've got all the parts already. I've even got a new battery to put in it, and then I already got the new starter, and then I just need to put everything together, like the belts on the mower and then belts on the deck, and I put everything back together. I've got tires ordered for it, and that's gonna take place probably next weekend when I get the tires for it and all that. So let's get into it and see about replacing the drive belts, because that's the main thing on this thing. And then we're probably going to go through the carburetor on this one because it's been sitting for a while and it doesn't run without starting fluid. So we need to go through the carburetor and everything, and we'll put new filters on it. I think I already got a new, let me see here, air filter for it. I need to get a new air filter. I think I got one. But anyways, let's go get all new filters and everything and new tires. And we're going to, like I've been doing with all my other mowers, it's just pretty much refurbishing these mowers. And I've yet to decide whether I'm going to sell this one or if I'm going to keep it, and rent it out or something, for people who want to mow their grass and just rent it out to, uh, uh, you know, different ones who might be interested in just mowing their own lawn instead of calling somebody to do it. They can pick it up and rent it from me and bring it back, much like Enterprise with Enterprise, in their vehicles. So let's get into it and see how bad this thing is to replace the belts and everything. Well, there's one of the drive belts that came off of this mower. This is the top one that runs from the, I guess you call it the tensioner pulley, or I know there's a tensioner on it, but then the drive belt goes to one pulley, and then this top belt rides on the top and drives the transmission. Anyways, you can see how long this thing has been on there in one spot because it's still holding the same shape. Hence the reason why we're replacing the belts. And plus the other drive belt, and I'll show you in a minute, is all torn up too. So on this one here, I unbolted the transmission, but also I had to unbolt a couple little bolts here on the side because there's a bracket right there holding it to the transmission. And like the other one, I had to move it over to get the belt out from around the big pulley. Now, that pulley you see laying sideways actually goes right there on the top. I had to unbolt that because the belt sits right up against that little bracket there. So everything is all held in place. Or the belt's held in place by all these brackets. You can't really get it to flip out. So the next thing I'm going to work on is the main belt. That runs from the engine back to the back here. And I don't know if you can see it or not, but it's torn up pretty good right there. So I'm going to take off the pulley in the front, take another pulley off probably in the middle for the the drive or the engagement part, and we'll get that belt out, and then we'll put the new belts on and put everything back together. Well, I got the main drive belt out of the lawnmower, isn't it? And as you can see, it needed another one big time. It's all cracked up all the way around. And so on this one here, thankfully I didn't have to take off this whole back portion, but I did have to take off all these pulleys that engage the belt, because it gets all wrapped around those there for it to work right. So we're going to put it all back together and see how it's all going to work. Well, we got everything all back together up underneath here. As you can see, the top belt has got tension on already. This belt that's stretched out pretty good is there's a trick to getting it hooked back in because it's so short and tight. Got the drive belt all back together and ran through there and everything. Yes, it is going to be loose because when the engine's running, you don't want it to be tight and this thing be moving at the same time. So that's why that's there. And just when you engage it, it tightens up and does what it's supposed to do. So now we got all that back together, transmission all bolted back in and everything, and then we're going to move on to the engine. Well, moving on a little bit here, change the filters in it. I've got an air filter ordered, and then I changed the fuel filter on it, and I also changed the oil. And it had about two and more quarts in it. I don't know what's up with these engines with having a whole bunch of oil in them, but normally these takes about a quart and a half, and that's about it on these small engines. So now we're going to move over to the deck and put the belt on. The blades are okay. They're still kind of sort of sharp. They just rust a little bit, but all that will come off when they start using it. Well, I went ahead and got the belt for the deck replaced. It's not too bad. I mean, it's got 3 screws on each side for the covers, and then around the belts, around the pulley, excuse me, there's some little tabs and all that. So instead of having to take everything apart, I just kind of sort of finagle the tabs a little bit to get the belt out from around it. So we got it all back together, and we're going to put it up underneath the mower and see if it all works. So I've got the carburetor off of this mower. I don't think it had ever been off of this mower, and there's a whole bunch of gas that was left inside of the mower. I mean, inside the carb. I had taken the solenoid off of the bottom. This is the fuel shutoff solenoid on it, and much like the other mower that I had, I think it was the yard machine or whatever. This one here was all crusty, rusty, and full of old gas and everything. And let me switch this. Okay. And now I got it to go off and on like it should. So with a little bit of effort, a little bit of carb cleaner and everything, I got it working. And then now I've got the carb wall taken apart here, and I'm cleaning it out from all the old gas that was in it. So we got it all cleaned out and everything. We're gonna put it back together. I got the new tires. I put the new tires on the front, and then on the rears I aired them up, and I put some sealer in them too, because this one here kept going flat and it had a hole in it. So I spun it around and put some sealer in it, and lo and behold, it's holding air. It sealed it up and holding air. Now, here's what I'm using as far as sealer. This is not sponsored. They don't pay me to do anything with this. Liquid tube. That's right. If you haven't used this stuff, I recommend this stuff to put in your tires. I don't know what it does if you have other sealer in your tires, but yeah, this stuff works. I mean, obviously, it had a good size hole in the tire, and I put some of the sealer in it. I put only like maybe 8 ounces of this sealer in it, in each tire. So both of the rear tires have sealer in it, and I put some of this stuff in it, this liquid tube. It's not sponsored. Nobody pays me for any of this, but it works really well. And it's not the first one that I've used it on. I had a customer one time that kept having flats on her mower. I replaced all the tires, put the liquid tube in each of the tires, and she has never had flats since, and she goes through mesquite thorns and things of that nature. So this is what we're doing. I got new tires in the front and cleaning up the carb. I'm going to put this whole thing back together, and we'll see if this thing will run and drive and cut, and see how good this $25 Craftsman mower does, you know, after we've done all this work to it. So I had gotten her all back together, and this thing was not running right. It was surging a little bit. So upon further investigation, like everything else that I've gotten, this thing had been taken apart by somebody else, and a whole bunch of other things was done to it. So what had happened was, I found right here there was 2 gaskets. As a matter of fact, the gasket that was supposed to be here was over here with the other gasket. So luckily I was able to take it apart and put that gasket over here, and also I went through all the linkages and everything, making sure everything works and all that, and adjusted the throttle to where this thing will now do this. So, yep, it all runs and works now. So we're gonna put the deck on it, put everything back together, and see how she cuts. Alrighty, got everything back together, got the deck up under it, it's got a new belt on it, and got everything hooked up. We're gonna fire it up and see what it does. Well, there you go, ladies and gentlemen. I'm going to get out of here. I appreciate everybody watching. Again, let me know what you think down in the comments. Yeah, down there, somewhere down there, about the $25 Craftsman mower that I got working and running. Again, I had to do a whole bunch of stuff to it, but I think it's worth it. Now, tell me, how much would you sell it for? Since I bought it for 25 bucks, put a starter, put new tires, put new belts, got the carburetor cleaned out and everything, and got everything together and got it working. Throw your comments down there at the bottom and let me know what you think about everything that I've done to it, and I'll let you know how much it sells for. Again, I appreciate everybody watching. Hope everybody's well, hope everybody's safe, and I look forward to seeing y'all right here on the next video.